welcome to Long Story Short. I am Keyshan Haynes. Let's get to it. Vasant Bharath got the licking Ray Charles wearing wooden glasses riding backwards on a horse would have seen coming. You've heard me many times on this show say that Kamala Persad-Bissessar may lose national elections, but she wins 100% of hers. Now, the UNC may have a reputation of losing elections, but Kamala Persad-Bissessar wins hers. I know, I just said that I said that. But sometimes I have to wonder if the only requirement to join the UNC is a lack of understanding of the term irony.
The irony doesn't escape me of Senator Roberts talking about videos on social media. I'll start with that.
Because it was election night at the UNC camp, and it had me asking several times, do you see it? You don't see it, do you? Let's start with the political leader herself, because at around 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, Kamala Persad-Bissessar made a statement acknowledging that counting was slow, but trends were in her favor.
The results are very slow in coming in, because it's a ballot paper with 40 names on it, to choose 18 out of that 40. So it takes quite some time for the counting to be complete. However, the results so far clearly show a trend in the favor of the star team, so I want to bring them around. So we want to thank all those who participated in this exercise.
That's right, the same Kamala Persad-Bissessar who was upset that Prime Minister Rowley declared early on election night pretty much just called it a game and went home. But I spent much of Sunday night subjecting myself to the UNC's Facebook Live coverage, so you don't have to. You are welcome. Now, this Facebook Live, hosted by short-lived CNMG chairman Brian Stone and Garth Christopher, it made iCarly look like CNN. I mean, their hands were all over the place. There were people walking. Anyhow, but Ernie and Bert, once again, did not see the irony of their statements when they said that by Monday morning, Vasant Bharath may not accept the results.
Vasant Bharath will be on there. You know what he goes say? That is why you are calling for election observers. Yeah, the rubber team is bad.
Well, it is what it is. The membership, not Kamala, not anybody, none of the membership has rejected you. Do the right thing. Stand up with courage, character, integrity. Accept the results.
And of course he did. Unlike somebody else, he conceded. But, this was my favorite. Big Bird and Snuffleupagus sent out another message to Vasant Bharath, telling him that going forward he should... just listen.
I want Vasant Bharath to hang up his guns for fighting political leadership of this party. You know why? He's saying, look how much time Kamala lost, Kamala lost, Kamala lost. How much time he lost?
Yes.
And one time he lost. He is supposed, if we keep him in the party, he's not supposed to fight a leadership race ever again. He lost too many times.
And I mean, you hear it, right? Like, I know you hear it because you understand irony, but I can't imagine that they do. Also, the irony isn't lost on me that they're using the party's page, the UNC's page, to run a pro-Kamala broadcast instead of at least, appearing to be neutral and doing a nice election night coverage. Because, that biasness is exactly why Brian Stone, for many other reasons, was, only chairman of CNMG for 10 minutes. So this internal election, at a time when the UNC was still reeling from accusations of racism in the general election, figured, well, why not try it again?
That have done more than any other leader of any Indo-based party to diversify and make our party a national party.
I want to ask tonight, who is responsible for approving the racist ads for the general election? Who is responsible for the blank man speech? Who is now responsible for the tokenism statement of finding one like Sean Sobers?
And out of 1.4 million people in this country, they could not find one looking like Sean Sobers. They could not find one looking like Gillinger.
The person who lives in a multi-million-dollar palace, owns a fleet of luxury vehicles, and attends a Marshall Montano concert in a $5,000 pair of boots, has attacked me for being elitist.
Some in our party, they still have this mantra that they used in the years back. We've come too far to turn black now. You remember that? Do you all remember that?
Okay, for the record, I remember the 2000 campaign slogan being, "We've come too far to turn back now," but it's nice to know what was being said behind closed doors. Like, this whole internal election was just the Spider-Man pointing meme.
You point at me. You were pointing first. Rude to point.
You're being very rude.
The thing is, there was no way Vasant Bharath could have won this thing. They hammered him for appearing next to Gypsy on the campaign trail. They accused him of siding with the PNM for the Roadmap to Recovery team. And in the strangest one yet, simply argued logic that he can't be political leader while Kamala Persad-Bissessar is opposition leader in the parliament.
A double-headed hydra. You can't have two leaders. You have a leader or you have no leader, but you can't have two.
Like the Highlander, in the end, there could be only one. PNM fans are already signaling this as a victory for them in 2025. And who could blame them? But local government elections do come up in 2022, so maybe the 12th time will be the charm. Let's take a break.